the nesting stage. Stage? This is my bump currently. So this is 38 weeks pregnant. Definitely in maternity clothes. So I'm currently 38 weeks pregnant. I have felt so good throughout my whole entire pregnancy. It's probably almost not fair to some people because I have felt literally so good. I have had no morning sickness. I think I had one time I was training a client and I got sick once, but I think it was just kind of a fluke thing. And that was really early on during my pregnancy. I think I might have been right at 12 weeks, something like that. I was really tired. That was my biggest thing. I was just exhausted all the time. Almost to the point that you kind of feel like drugged. I've never been drugged, but I can only imagine like almost like you took a Benadryl. That's kind of what it's like. So I was obviously really tired during that time, and I still tried to do my best working out. I'm a personal trainer, so working out is a thing that I do all the time. It's a habit that I've already been into. So it's not something that I had to like learn or start doing. It was just a habit that I just continued to do. The second trimester, my energy levels were great. I was able to do about 45 minutes of stair climb 3 times a week, plus lift about 3 to 4 times a week. So I felt really great throughout my second trimester. At 18 weeks, I started having heart palpitations. My doctor did say that she thought it was probably from the extra blood volume. So that was interesting. I did up my electrolyte supplement because I was working out and that sort of thing. So I upped my electrolytes and within a week it went away. So I just did the Oxylent packets and I just did one of those a day in water. The first time I felt her move, I was 19 weeks pregnant. And 19 weeks pregnant, I felt her move. You know, you're never like really sure like if it was her. It was like, was that her? Did I actually feel her move? You know, that sort of thing. So I wasn't 100% positive if it was her, but then like 3 days later Tyler felt her move. So that was really cool for both of us, but I really wasn't feeling her move a lot. And I think I was in my late 20s, like 27 weeks, 28 weeks pregnant, and I just was getting concerned that I wasn't feeling her move a lot. So I went to the doctor and I kind of talked to her about that, and she was like, well, we're gonna check to see where your placenta is. So we looked to see where my placenta was, and actually my placenta like is on the front of my stomach. So it's actually between me and Blakely. So anytime Blakely would kick or move, my placenta would like almost absorb her movement. So I would be sitting at my desk and I would see my whole stomach move, but I wouldn't like feel her move. And it was the weirdest thing. So that definitely kind of got to me a little bit. But after knowing that like my placenta is between me and her, blocking some of the movement, it made me feel so much better to know that like, okay, she is okay, everything's fine, like all of that. They did recommend at my 32-week appointment to go get an echocardiogram done on her heart because we are IVF, and I guess that is a common issue IVF babies have, is heart problems. We ended up not going and getting that done because every time we went to the doctor, her heart rate was like so right on, and we had already, by the time that that recommendation came in to us, we had already had our so that was at a 20-week ultrasound. And we had just done like the 30 or 32-week ultrasound. So it was quite a while later. And they said that we probably would have found like a heart issue on that one if there was an issue. So I felt really confident in not having that done. She's like, her heart rate, like I said, has been right on every single time. So Tyler and I really prayed about it, and we just thought, yeah, you know, let's just continue and see how it goes. So that's what we did with that. So those were like our big things during our second trimester. I felt good. My energy level was great. I continued to work out. I continued to eat healthy. And then my third trimester, I started to get a little bit more tired, a little slow, a little sluggish. My body just, like, your body changes and you get bigger and your movements kind of get weird when you work out and just different things like that. So everybody's asked how much weight I have gained throughout this pregnancy, and what I did, or what I decided to do before really getting into this pregnancy a lot, is I told my doctor that I did not want to know personally what I was weighing each time, because I'm a personal trainer, I work out, I eat healthy, and I told her that that wasn't gonna change. Like, I wasn't gonna change my eating habits just because I'm pregnant, and I wasn't gonna stop working out just because I'm pregnant. And so it really didn't matter how much weight I gained or didn't gain throughout this pregnancy. My body was just gonna kind of do what it was gonna do. But if she had concern, obviously talk to me. And she's thought that was like one of the best ways to handle it. She's like, you shouldn't be worried about it. I'm not worried about you. Yeah, just eat normal, eat how you normally do, exercise how you normally do. And if I'm concerned, I'll let you know. So that's kind of how we made the agreement. I'm a pretty good guess at weight. So I would say I am... So right now I'm 38 weeks, and I'm guessing that I'm right around 30 pounds gained, or I will be by the time she comes. So that's where I'm guessing that I'm gonna end, maybe 35 tops. I feel like I've done well, and I'm not disappointed in that. Obviously, everybody has a little bit of baby fat to lose after, and I'm actually really excited just to like have my body back and start working out normal, or as normal as you can, being a new mom. Third trimester, the other thing that's been weird is I haven't had really any Braxton Hicks. Well, at least I don't feel like I've had any Braxton Hicks. People think I'm crazy when I say that. I don't feel my Braxton Hicks. So sometimes when I touch my stomach, I'm like, oh, that's tighter than normal. But I guess that's a Braxton Hicks. I don't know. It's so weird. So like I'll feel it, I'll be like, oh, that's tighter than normal. And then like a couple minutes later, I'll feel it, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's relaxed. But like, I don't feel my stomach like tighten up like they say. So I think that's kind of interesting. I'm wondering if that's like a placenta thing again, or, early on, my first trimester, I had really bad food aversion. And that kind of continued a little bit into my second trimester. I would say I haven't really had any cravings either. The biggest thing that I've craved has been sodium. Cup of noodle was one that I was like, ooh, cup of noodle or ramen sounds really good. And it wasn't necessarily like the ramen part. It was the like broth part. I just was like, ooh, that sounds so good. Birth. I'm excited to give birth. My plan is to go all natural. I would like not to be induced. I would obviously like not to have an epidural, and go as natural as I can. My mom had 5 C-sections, not by choice, but by circumstance. So that's why I definitely want to have my baby in the hospital, because I want, if there was for some reason that I had to have an emergency C-section like my mom, that that's right there and available to me. Some people think I'm crazy, whatever. But the reason why is because I know my body really well, and I really want to be in control of my body the whole time. So I don't want to have an epidural where I'm like, can't feel like my contractions and like when to push and that sort of thing. That's like my biggest, I guess my biggest thing. Obviously, if all goes as planned. So I know that there's some circumstances where things have to take place, and I will let you guys know what happens. And I'm not scared to be completely open and honest, because it doesn't matter really how I get my baby here as long as she's healthy and happy, and as long as I'm healthy and happy. So that's obviously our goal, is to not do any of that, but we will see what actually happens, and I will tell you the truth. I'm actually more nervous about like the afterbirth part and like how I'm gonna feel physically after birth. Nesting, it is a real thing. I have been like psycho cleaner. My mom came over and helped me clean my house, and it feels so good to have a clean house. So we're just prepping and getting ready for her. I made a couple freezer meals. I'm starting to pack my hospital bag. I should have it packed by now, I know. I cleaned out the car. We installed the car seat base. Yeah, so we're just kind of in that mode right now. I am so excited to meet Blakely. Obviously, there's like this little bit of me that loves the fact that like right now she's like perfectly safe. My body's like taking care of her and feeding her and doing everything. It's like autopilot right now, but I can't wait to meet her and snuggle with her and just see her little personality, see who she looks like. I think she's gonna look like Tyler, just from the ultrasound. I think she has his like lips and chin. I would love for her to come in October. I'm not a person that feels like, oh my gosh, I'm so uncomfortable, I need her out now. I'm not feeling that way yet. I mean, I know I have 2 weeks left, but I would love for her to come in October. I did have a talk with her the other day, and I said if she was gonna come in September, I would love for her to come 9/19/19. I think that would be a really cool birthday. So that would be tomorrow, because today is the 18th, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Symptoms that I've had. So Monday I was teaching XFIT, and I had like a lower abdominal cramp, and I was like, that's a little weird. And then my back started hurting, and then later that day like my boobs started hurting, and I was like, oh my gosh, am I going into labor? And I was really exhausted that day, and I had this like energy upswing. It was crazy, and I've had it still today. So I don't know if like that's me, like my body prepping me for like, okay, get everything together, get everything you need to get done because baby's on its way. I don't know. So that is maybe what's happening. So my pregnancy has been great. I have had such an easy pregnancy. I've felt great. I've liked being pregnant. I wouldn't say I love being pregnant, but I've liked being pregnant, and I like the movements that I do feel. I think that's so cool, and I've really enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll keep making videos for you. So Blakely and I say bye. My coworker told me I have to show you guys this.